Did you know that verifying a physician's license is not just essential, it is literally your fundamental right as a patient? It's true. Discover how to ensure your healthcare provider is fully certified and in good standing in North Carolina in just a few easy steps. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're exploring exactly how you can take control of your healthcare choices by using completely transparent, public information. Let's dive right in.
Think about it. Do you really know your doctor? We spend so much time researching the absolute best car to buy or reading a dozen reviews for a new restaurant. But when it comes to the people managing our health, we often just rely entirely on word of mouth or a friendly smile. But here's the reality. Even the nicest provider with the absolute best bedside manner might have hidden black marks on their record. Professionalism in the exam room doesn't always tell the whole story of a practitioner's background or competence.
Blind trust simply isn't enough when your health or the health of your loved ones is on the line. As the saying goes, even if you really like your doctor, you owe it to yourself to look up their medical license. Seriously, checking credentials is not an act of suspicion. It is a basic, everyday patient responsibility. It's really just about making sure your provider is actually still in good standing with the state licensing board.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll talk about why to verify your doctor. Then we'll introduce the NC Medical Board. After that, we'll walk through a step-by-step license search, cover some troubleshooting tips, decode the results, and finally, wrap up with how you can be an empowered patient.
Section 1. Why verify your doctor? Let's talk about the hidden risks. Get this. Here is a totally startling statistic. Nearly 7 in 10 Americans, that's 69%, do not know that a state medical board is the place to contact if they have a complaint about a physician's competence. That is a massive awareness gap. Plus, there's a hidden risk you might not have even considered. Clinicians working in federal institutions are required to hold a state medical license, sure, but it doesn't actually have to be from the state where they are currently working. So, if a clinician loses privileges in a federal system somewhere else, they might just set up a private practice right here in North Carolina or get a job at your local urgent care. Without checking, patients would have absolutely no idea about their past history. Wild, right?
Moving on to Section 2. The NC Medical Board, your advocate and guardian.
So, the really crucial point here is understanding who the North Carolina Medical Board, or NCMB, actually is. They are the state government agency strictly dedicated to protecting the public. They don't just hand out licenses and walk away. They actively monitor, investigate, and discipline healthcare practitioners. Their whole mission revolves around protecting you from unprofessional, improper, or incompetent medical practice. But who exactly do they oversee? Well, the NCMB regulates physicians, so both MDs and DOs, as well as resident physicians, physician assistants or PAs, licensed perfusionists, and anesthesiology assistants. If your provider falls into one of those categories, the NCMB is absolutely your primary trusted source for checking their professional background in North Carolina.
Section 3. Step-by-step license search. The method.
Now for the fun part. And honestly, this process is completely free and accessible to everyone. Step 1. Just open your web browser and go to ncmedboard.org. Step 2. Right there on the homepage, click the button that says Look Up a Doctor or PA. Step 3. This will take you to the licensee's search portal. Simply type in your provider's last and first name, and finally, Step 4. Click Search and pick your doctor from the resulting list. It is literally that straightforward. This web database updates daily, so it's the most secure, up-to-date source for license verification.
All right, Section 4. Troubleshooting your search and overcoming common hurdles.
Sometimes government databases can be a little frustrating, I know. So the first thing to check if you hit a wall is whether the NCMB actually regulates that specific type of professional. While the NCMB database includes doctors, PAs, and perfusionists, it does not include dentists, psychologists, nurses, nurse practitioners, or chiropractors. Those professionals are regulated by their own separate state boards. So just verify the specific credentials of your provider to make sure you're searching in the right place. And here are a few pro search tips straight from the NCMB to guarantee you find who you're looking for. First off, exact, correct spellings are absolutely required. If you're missing a letter or just kind of guessing the spelling, they are not going to show up. Second, you really don't need to fill in every single search field on that form. In fact, doing so might actually limit your results unnecessarily. Often, the absolute best and most successful searches just use the first and last name. Keep it simple.
Section 5. Understanding the results. The payoff.
Once you pull up a profile, just look at the sheer wealth of background information you unlock. This isn't just basic contact info. You're going to find their education, including exactly where they went to medical school and when they graduated. You'll see malpractice history, specifically any settlements of $75,000 or greater since May 1, 2008. You can also review their discipline record, which shows any regulatory actions taken by the NCMB, plus public documents from out-of-state medical boards. And finally, it lists criminal history, including all felony convictions and certain misdemeanor convictions related to things like drugs, alcohol, or offenses against a person. That level of transparency is just incredible for your peace of mind.
Now, I do want to make one absolutely crucial distinction here. NCMB profiles provide factual, objective data. You won't find subjective ratings, star rankings, or patient reviews on this site. This isn't a restaurant review app. The board's stance is that the presence or absence of adverse information doesn't magically predict whether you'll actually have a good bedside experience. Instead, they just provide raw, transparent information so that you, as the patient, can make decisions with your eyes wide open.
Section 6. The Empowered Patient, Taking Charge of Your Health.
The NCMB goes way beyond just a simple search bar. If you want to dig deeper, their website offers a smart patient toolkit, packed with guides on health literacy and preparing for appointments. Also, if you come across some complex legal or disciplinary term on a doctor's profile and think, what does that even mean? They have a full glossary to help you translate it. There's also a super clear guide to the complaint process. And get this, if you are ever confused by what you read on a profile, you can actually pick up the phone and call their communications department at 919-326-1100. Obviously, they can't offer legal advice, but they will gladly explain the disciplinary process to you. So, are you ready to look up your healthcare provider today? Because knowing this information exists is really only half the battle, right? Utilizing it is where the true empowerment happens. I strongly encourage you to take 5 minutes today to verify the licenses of your current healthcare providers. And hey, I really want to hear from you. Share your experiences or any questions you have in the comment section below, so we can build an awesome community of informed, proactive patients. Oh, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more valuable healthcare insights. Just before we wrap up, a quick disclaimer. This explainer is for educational purposes only and does not constitute professional, legal, or medical advice. Always consult authoritative sources for specific concerns. But I'll leave you with this final thought. If a simple 5-minute search could uncover a truth that completely changes your entire healthcare journey, can you really afford not to look? Stay informed, stay healthy, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.